morning, good morning, good morning, good morning.
What's up?
Dang, I was finna try and say what,
You were going to give me self-ethelium? No, not today. No. But I guess we could do one. If you're in denial, you could regret it later. Please call this number for conversation. 1-800. Tell yourself the truth.
Good morning, guys. This is Mr.
Miss.
And this is the sofa.
Pillow talk.
Yes. And if you're listening to my voice, what I need for you to do is just think. I need you to go back to the very beginning and ask yourself this question. Why you up here believing this lie that you sitting up here telling everybody that you know that ain't the truth? Living your own denial.
Why you say, why you in denial?
You
just took away my glory and shine and given what the definition was.
Oh, for real?
Yeah.
Oh, what's the definition?
Denial ain't a river in Egypt. Denial.
Denial.
You need her to say it again for you?
Denial.
Don't be in that, okay?
Man, that ain't the definition, bro. What was the definition?
The act of declaring something to be untrue, to be in disbelief. She shook her head in denial and refused to believe that the people were not against her, even though they were throwing rocks at her. That's in denial.
So I'm in a...
That's like apparent denial.
But you might well say that's how what people are.
Refusal to agree or give into something, a request, just refusing to admit the truth, and refusing to admit that you're wrong, or refusing to admit that you're right. Because it can go both ways now. Or
how a lot of you guys are in relationships right now, and you just refusing to believe that this is not a toxic relationship, and it's just going to all work out some kind of way, and you just may be the reason why it's going to work out.
Denial in the river in Egypt, but hey, it has a let out point somewhere along the way. It branches off into other things.
That means run.
What, run?
Yep, a
denial?
A Nile.
Used as a defense mechanism.
A Nile, a river. It does run. So you need to run. Okay, go ahead. I'm sorry.
What?
Water.
The river runs wild.
It runs out. So you need to run away from that.
It'll run out on you.
What you was going to say?
It's a psychological defense mechanism. It's a wall. It's that, well, it could get better. I don't think it's really like that. It ain't like that all the time.
Yeah.
Or not believing that how you deal with your problems, as a couple, as a lack of intimacy, lack of communication, and constant arguments would put you in a denial, or would make you uncomfortably believe that, our relationships go through it. This is okay.
Yeah.
Even though it can be super toxic.
I could throw myself up under the bus.
Yeah, we've all been in denial. Whew.
Yeah.
Heavy.
I think all my previous relationships were all denials.
Yeah.
On my part. I really think they knew.
I suffer from denialism really hard, yeah.
they knew darn well that this was some, excuse my French, some fuckery. But I was in total denial. And with me being a helper and a supposed fixer, I just knew that I could just figure this situation out. And that was another part of denial.
That would probably go into these categories, characteristics of codependency or possible types of denial, denying someone's behavior, even if it's your own. Denying that, well, I know I said so-and-so on someone and he did whatever, but that don't mean that he could have acted differently. Maybe, maybe not.
Yeah, I did a lot.
We act and react a lot when we're in denial. Emotionally act and react.
Yeah.
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 We be doing some things we ain't got no business doing.
Yeah.
You know, then there's codependency denial. You know, both of y'all are in denial, and you depend on each other to be in denial in order to keep the relationship going.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, we ain't having that many problems. You know, it ain't that bad. You know, we argue every now and again, even though y'all know for sure y'all arguing about the same issue
But on the
all
outside,
the time.
you fussing with somebody else. I mean, you talking to somebody else about the situation being awful. Yeah.
And then when you, well, no, he don't do whatever.
Now, that's when somebody else saying something about it, though. But when you're talking about it, you basically describing a bad relationship.
Yeah, well, it's not like that. You know, we have our moments, but it's okay. Yeah. And then there's oh dang, I lost.
Did we lose it?
I think I did. I found it again. Denying codependency. That I need it, gotta have it, but you really don't need it. You really could do it by yourself. But as long as they're supplying it, you taking it.
It's an addiction.
Yeah.
It can become an addiction. No, I'm not gonna say
that
it's
can
an
also
addiction.
spill over into emotions, like yeah.
Like a hit up.
Yeah. Let me poke the bear.
Yeah.
So it can growl at me so I can feel like, yeah, we got a reason to argue. We got a reason to make up.
Yeah.
This is going to be better at the end of the day
shot.
because this is a minor thing. This is a small argument.
That ends up possibly turning into something way bigger than what it should be.
Still in denial. Anger tells you that your action is required to right or wrong or to make changes. Like that person being mad at me, that means they love me. If he get angry about this argument, he loves me.
I can see that. Because you know what? A lot of folks say, if you ain't arguing,
Like,
in a relationship.
yeah.
If you don't argue, you ain't in a relationship.
Sadness, empathetic, playing somebody with silence and not talking to them. That's a codependent.
Like the dude on the
defense
thing,
mechanism.
what do you call that?
Earlier today, I don't know what kind of foolery that was, but that was a hot mess. No contact.
Yeah, no contact.
No contact makes a woman more submissive. I'm like, denial. You are in denial that you think that not talking to somebody or giving them the silent treatment is going to make them say, oh, I want to be with this person.
I would probably say
for somebody with low self-esteem, yes. But somebody who knows themselves, knows them work, or just ain't got time for the BS, would be like, you know what, you ain't got to talk to me. I'll keep going.
Well, I would say probably once it would be a concern, you know, like at the very beginning. But then once they start showing a pattern of, you know, like you just said, I ain't got time for this. I got several other Johns that send up and text me.
You know, when we irrationally, you know, filter our emotions, like, it's okay for me to feel that way. He being quiet, he probably thinking about it. 95% of the time, after our argument, the last thing we think about is what we had an argument about. Especially
men.
Yeah, men go on to the next thing real quick. Us women, we kind of sit in silence and ponder on it, think on it. We wallow in our words. We wallow in our minds. We wallow in our emotions. Yeah.
Yep. Probably I should have been a girl.
You should have been a girl? Why you say that? You kind of emotional. You in touch with your feminine side. There's something wrong with that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just when you're in denial, you just won't acknowledge that this is a difficult issue. And you try not to face the issue. You know what? It ain't that big of a deal. We'll get over it in time.
And this is just not even with relationships. This is with
life.
Work. This is life in general. It's with self. Because you can be single and still be in denial that there is something going on with you. Not because you're single, but just something going on with you in general.
Or, this may hurt my feelings, but it ain't that bad.
Yeah.
Even though when it really does deeply scar you and can be somewhat traumatic if you hold on to it and don't express it. You know, that's that denial. That could be ugly now.
So like the title says, people going around here and just getting 300 milligrams of denial prescribed over the counter.
Denial is like, isn't that like one of the steps to knowing that you're grieving or
I think it is. Like the steps to grieving.
Yeah,
So
or
denial. Like ain't nothing
denial
wrong.
Is it can be dangerous. But if you realize that, hey, I might actually be in denial here, and then you go forward and say, let me face the issue. Let me fix the issue.
But how do you know you're in denial when you are in denial?
I don't know.
Because if you know, the people that
you
are in
have
denial...
to first take accountability. Did I do something wrong? Is there something I can do to fix this? It's the only way I can see you saying I'm in denial.
But in that wrong might not even be that you did any... Well, let me take that back. The wrong is not recognizing that there is wrong going on and taking the initiative to solve the problem, which can mean walk away from a situation.
Say, oh, well, I don't want to have to deal with starting over again, so I'm just going to, kind of deal with the situation at hand. Even though toxically it's hurting me emotionally and physically, draining my energy and making me feel like I'm less of a person or worthless because I realize, this might be a problem, but I don't want to follow through and deal with what comes on the other side.
And I think we both had our different forms of the not starting over. Mine was me not thinking that I can find a partner that will be willing to go through the fact that I'm a male with an illness that can mess with my mobility at any given time.
You refuse to talk about the issue that was bothering you the most.
Yeah.
You avoided it, ran from it, even though it was clear and present, like right in front of you.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm going to stay because ain't nobody else going to want me. Justifying your behavior. Justifying why you're staying.
Yeah.
Justifying why you...
Allowing myself to be victimized, pretty much.
Yeah. And then you blame other people. You know what? It's because of this that this is going on.
They're shortcoming, and so that's that denial. That was that denial moment for me.
Those are signs.
Because you can't control a change.
Consistent behavior, despite you continuing to keep doing it, even though it keeps hurting you.
Yep.
That's promising yourself that next time it comes up, we're gonna talk about it.
Yep. And
that was my thing.
And that time never comes because that person knows. That person don't want to talk about it.
Yeah. Or next time that we get into an argument about this, I'm going to go ahead and say what's really on my mind. And then you get to thinking, man, I really don't want to say what's on my mind because I don't want to have to deal with the emotional baggage that's going to come on the backside of this thing.
I don't want to hear what the person going to say. The person might hurt my feelings, or this person might say something that I'm going to hurt their feelings, and I ain't going to mean it. Yes, you is. You're going to mean it.
That's all anxiety. That's fear, that insecurity. Even though those are natural human instincts, those things can really get you. It can really get you hurt. You can hurt yourself by being in denial. And
no, you know what? I guess that can benefit. Not benefit, but I guess that was a form of denial too, with me cutting myself of because. Like I told you, I was seriously, when I cut myself, I could, physically see steam
cutting
coming.
Yourself was an issue.
Yeah.
That was hurting you physically.
Yeah, but it wasn't.
Because if you'd have cut yourself wrong, you'd have bled out and there would have been no way for you to pull that back. My head
was like, this was the only way to let the steam out and to calm me down from, not allowing that inner person to take over and I black out like I was doing. That was my only answer controlling that.
You know what? When you're in denial, definitely do feel like I'm losing control.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have a handle on this situation anymore. Control. We need to have a whole conversation on control.
Because control is needed, but the control that people sought after
is this extreme.
The controlling of someone else.
Yeah, it's extreme world submission in today's time.
Yes, it's not controlling your emotions and your actions. It's wanting to control someone else's emotion and someone else's action.
Yeah, because when we have an argument, you're supposed to listen to what I say. You're supposed to do what I say. You're supposed to agree with me.
Yeah,
and that may not always happen.
Because if you ain't right, you ain't right at the end of the day.
But then that's where that accountability kicks in for you to say, you know what, I was wrong. Let's make this right. Yeah. Taking that responsibility for
you kind of like
your part in the relationship, whether it's good, bad, or ugly, you know.
Yeah, like earlier, you wanted to use the bowl for the lettuce, and I was like, I'll do it like this because I don't want to put it in a bag, put it back up. We actually ate all the lettuce.
Yeah.
Or did?
No,
it was a little bit left, but I used your bowl method. I just used a different bowl with the top because the first bowl didn't have a top.
Yeah.
And even if we would put one of the little bag tops on, it would have withered versus having.
Yeah. But it was okay. I mean, I had to learn to pick my battles too. I wasn't gonna argue with you.
It would have been an argument.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, it would have been.
No, it wouldn't have been an argument. It was a difference of opinions.
Yeah, like, well,
I know you were concerned that the lettuce might wilt.
Yeah.
Thought that was kind of cute. Are you yawning?
Girl, you know I'm tired.
So it sounds like we might be. This. Are you in denial that you're sleepy and that are you denying that you are yawning during the podcast?
I said, girl, you know I'm tired.
Oh.
I didn't say I wasn't tired. I said, girl, you know I'm tired.
Mm-hmm. You sound like you were deflecting from the situation.
Oh, actually, I thought you was finna segue out of the podcast.
You ready to do that?
I thought you was. I thought that's what you was heading with. That's what my mind said.
Okay.
But
so it sounds like somebody's in denial about whether or not we're going to end this podcast as well. Look at all these great examples we have provided for you here. Isn't that lovely, wonderful, great, awesome? But yeah, that's it for tonight. Don't be in denial. You know, if you feel like you're going in a whirlwind circle, the issue's not getting solved, and it's going back to back, you might be in denial.
For those people that are on Facebook that knows us, we have a great show coming on tonight. So if you're listening to this when this airs Wednesday morning, Wednesday night, which is tonight at 8 o'clock.
Wednesday is at Eastern
Standard Time, 8 o'clock.
Eastern Standard Time.
8 o'clock.
The page on Facebook is The Sofa
Real Talk. Mm-hmm. See, right now, together we are pillow talking. But during that time, we sitting on the...
Him alone will be real talking on the sofa.
Sitting on the sofa, having some deep talk conversation. We have some guests sometimes that just be me by myself.
Hey, you guys should chime in, comment, leave a voicemail on what you want to hear us talk about next.
Mm-hmm.
No subject is off limits.
Yeah, you can do this either on the
Anchor app or Anchor FM, or they can do it on Spotify too, right?
I don't know about Spotify, but I know you can go to our Instagram, Mr. and Mrs. Take Over the World. You can leave a DM or a comment
on IG.
On IG.
Or TikTok.
Or TikTok is the same thing. And we're working on our YouTube channel. Well, I'm editing some stuff. We do have one video up, though. We did a chip challenge with
I'm not much of a camera person. I'm going to have to get me a makeup artist.
Oh, my goodness. But we have another challenge coming. She just don't know I got to get the things and mail it to her.
Who? Oh, yeah. We like doing couples challenges. So any couples out there that are up for a challenge, bring it on.
Yes, sir.
Good, healthy relationship challenges now.
Yeah, nothing. We ain't
We
going
trying to kill each other, do nothing brutal. That's
and no
unacceptable.
pranks, nasty looking pranks and stuff. But,
A good prank. I'm a sucker for a good prank. A good funny prank. Yeah.
okay.
I'm down for that.
But we love you guys. Until next Wednesday.
Je t'aime.
Jatim.
Au revoir. Parting is such sweet sorrow.
Si, oui. Croissant.
Oh, Lord. Goodbye.